5 on your side at 10 starts now.
After weeks of dry weather across the region, we finally got rain back in the forecast. We'll detail out when that arrives to our region and how much we expect. It's in your forecast coming up.
I wanted to know more about journalism because I want to pursue some of that in my career in the future.
Shaping Journalists of the Future, the workshop giving local teens the tools to pursue a promising career. Plus, a local nonprofit is restoring the homes of older neighbors across St. Louis.
It's always a good day. Like, I've never had a bad day, Joe.
The group effort making sure aging homes like this truly last forever. Tonight's top story, a tragic crash takes the life of a teen and severely injures her mother. Why neighbors say the intersection where it all happened has been an issue for years.
Down here, flying down here all the time.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, at 10 on air and streaming on the 5+ app. I'm Robert Townsend. Tonight we're learning more about the teen driver who was hit and killed in an Alton crash last night. Her mother is still alive but was in the car with her when it happened. 5 on your side's Andy Crawl visited the intersection. Neighbors are now calling problematic.
A 17-year-old girl killed, her mother airlifted to the hospital, and a suspect behind bars on suspicion of driving while intoxicated, all after a crash on Friday just after 9 p.m. in Alton at the intersection of Homer Adams Parkway and Seminary Road.
You know, you never know when you're going to be the last day, you know.
That's where Grace Bustis was driving with her mom, Megan Bustis, when there was a crash with an unidentified driver who Alton police say showed signs of intoxication and was taken into custody. Grace was pronounced dead at the scene.
Down here, flying down here all the time.
People who live in this area tell us what makes this intersection even more dangerous is the fact that there's not a crosswalk, making things potentially problematic for not only pedestrians, but especially people in wheelchairs.
It's hard for us not to be able to go across the tracks just to get something to eat.
For the last 5 years, Raymond Vansel has lived only blocks away using his motorized wheelchair. He was in bed when he heard the helicopter airlifting Megan to a St. Louis hospital.
That's when I found out something's going on. And when I looked out my window, I couldn't see a lot.
Megan is said to be stable and recovering in the ICU. Some of her family members were putting up a wreath and dropping off flowers to remember Grace less than 24 hours after her passing. They didn't want to go on camera, but said Megan is healing from both neck and back fractures. Calling it an unimaginable loss, Alton's police chief Jarrett Ford said, quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are also with the students and staff of the Alton School District who knew Grace." That same day, Mothers Against Drunk Driving in St. Louis supported St. Louis County Prosecutor Melissa Price Smith in her announcement that it is now officially a no-refusal county, meaning that whenever someone is suspected of impaired driving or refuses to provide a breath or blood sample, prosecutors will immediately issue a search warrant to obtain a blood sample. Andy Crawl, 5 on your side.
So awful, Andy. Thanks. Police tell us the crash investigation is still ongoing tonight. If you or your loved one has been impacted by an impaired driving crash, Mothers Against Drunk Driving say contact their 24/7 victim helpline at 1-877-MAD-HELP or email victims@mad.org. Tonight, St. Louis police are investigating a deadly early morning shooting in the Boulevard Heights neighborhood that's near Carondelet Park in South St. Louis. It started after a resident living on Tesson Court confronted two people attempting to break into cars. Police say during the confrontation that resident shot at the suspects after they pulled out a gun first. One suspect was hit and died at the scene. Police have not released his name tonight. The other suspect ran away. Anyone with any information about this is asked to call the St. Louis Police Department. Authorities are asking for your help finding a missing woman from Fenton. The Missouri State Highway Patrol issued a statewide silver advisory alert for 68-year-old Linda Withington. She was last seen leaving her home around 7:30 last night to go to the pharmacy, but she never returned home. Withington was driving a 2023 Nissan Rogue SUV. The Missouri State license plate number is LM418R. Anyone with any information should call 911. Tonight, we're hearing new reaction from Stifel Financial after the company laid off an undisclosed amount of workers this week. Today, the company confirmed the layoffs, saying in part, Stifel recently completed a small restructuring with and our technology group to ensure our teams are best positioned to support the firm's strategy and future growth. We did ask how many employees were let go, but a company spokesperson said they can't provide exact numbers. This month, hundreds of volunteers will spend their free time fixing the homes of older neighborhoods across St. Louis City and County. Now, the nonprofit Rebuilding Together St. Louis is organizing the month-long project. The group says these repairs allow older residents to live in their home independently by making them safer. Today, they helped 5 homeowners, including Bertha Armstead. Volunteers replaced a water line on Armstead's refrigerator, added new railings in front of her home, and a lot more.
Each one of them have come in and given their own personal love, and they're showing it by the work that they're doing. I give him much more love so he can share it with all of them. He can break off the little pieces for each one of them and say, that's from Miss Bertha.
Rebuilding Together St. Louis plans to complete repairs to more than 30 aging homes by the end of the month. What a nice project, huh? For the next month, students across St. Louis are diving into the world of journalism. They're building skills through the National Association of Black Journalists St. Louis chapter's Minority Student Journalism Workshop. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings, who also serves as the chapter's communications chair, introduces us to the next generation of storytellers.
Do you think DEI affects a lot of... Well, I wanted to know more about journalism because I want to pursue some of that in my career in the future.
The next 5 Saturdays at Webster University, exactly what Edwardsville High School student James Williams signed up for, a crash course in storytelling.
How did you guys get your voices out there?
Instead of sleeping in, he's learning how to stand out.
Learned about interviewing people behind the camera and then the type of questions I should ask to keep the viewers engaged in what's going on.
For 48 years, the St. Louis chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists has opened the newsroom doors early, inviting high schoolers and college freshmen to explore everything from broadcast and print to its newest track, podcasting. They're learning not just how media works, but why it matters. And the mentors, not from textbooks, but from TV screens and bylines they already follow.
We can ask you guys questions about what you guys do, and it's something that we also have a passion for and want to pursue in life as well. So you guys give us great advice.
This year's theme, Rights at Risk. Students interviewing everyone from activists to state leaders, pressing on real issues, reshaping their future.
We want them to learn media literacy. We give them opportunities to have headshots, and it's really an opportunity to network and learn if this is something they're interested in. But even media can be something that can be used across all kinds of different careers.
This chapter isn't just running a workshop. It's running a legacy.
And it has been a catalyst for chapters all across the country.
Confidence, community, and maybe tomorrow's anchors.
I want to pursue in a sports background, like sports communications or management. And I know that's very important when you're in front or behind the camera.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
I know firsthand that's an awesome experience. I attended it when I was in high school and won the local and national scholarships for college. Now, the journalism workshop runs for the next 5 Saturdays. For more information, just go to NABJ STL's website to learn how you can get involved. A St. Louis icon honored by the community that helped shape her.
Always so good to be here. I have so many memories.
We'll take you to the special ceremony celebrating the life and legacy of Maxine Waters. Plus a sea of pink, powerful stories, and a life-saving message.
If you got any kind of bumps or lumps or anything, please get them checked out.
The celebration inspiring hope for breast cancer survivors and their families.
Another warmer than average day today, another warm day on set for tomorrow, but a cold front is on its way. We've talked about that. It's going to bring cooler temperatures to our region. We'll detail that in your forecast next.
Tonight, Israel is pausing its bombing campaign in Gaza temporarily. That's according to President Donald Trump. The president says the stoppage is a critical step towards finalizing a peace deal with Hamas, but he's stressing they must act fast before all bets are off. It comes one day after Hamas positively responded to an agreement proposed by the White House. Right now, a special envoy is heading to Egypt to finalize the plan that could end the nearly 2-year-long conflict. Today, a federal judge is temporarily blocking the Trump administration from deploying National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon. It comes exactly 1 week after the president announced plans to send them there. City and Oregon officials sued the administration over the announcement, calling the order, quote, illegal. It is unclear if the Trump administration will appeal today's ruling. And here's a live look over Capitol Hill as we inch closer to day 4 of a government shutdown. Lawmakers are taking a weekend recess before resuming the negotiations on Monday. All week long, we've been tracking the debate over a spending bill between Republicans and Democrats. The disconnect is over possible health care cuts. Tonight, one local GOP lawmaker is agreeing with Democrats on this issue. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley told a Huffington Post reporter many Missourians, quote, won't be able to afford health care, saying you got to do something to make sure the premiums don't essentially double, which they will in my state for private insurance. Senator Bernie Sanders agreed. Sanders goes on to say, quote, we can't let that happen. Other Republicans must join him. Let's end the shutdown and save health care for millions of Americans. Tonight, the St. Louis NAACP honored the life and legacy of St. Louis native Maxine Waters. Waters is best known for her decades of service as a California Congresswoman and fighting for civil rights. Waters, who is 87 years old, was given the Lifetime Achievement Award at the chapter's annual fundraiser banquet.
I am very, very honored to be recognized for my work. And the NAACP has been such a tremendous help in civil rights and helping us to move forward in this country, getting rid of racism and discrimination. And for them to honor me, I feel very special this evening.
She's truly a trailblazer. Waters was also asked how much longer she plans to continue her career in politics. She answered she'll know when the time comes. Coming up, free mammograms and life-saving advice all in one place. How a St. Louis tradition is making a difference for women and men battling breast cancer. Thousands of people hit the streets of downtown St. Louis today to celebrate the 16th annual Sister Strut. It's a 3K walk and parade raising money for women and men of color battling breast cancer. 5 on your side's Reagan DeTrolio shows us how the community came together to stand up for survivors.
From a 3K walk to bands playing in a parade to a release of many pink balloons, the 16th annual Sister Strut sheds light on breast cancer survivors like Beverly Morris.
I'm a survivor of 4 years. I was diagnosed in 2021. Prior to that, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer when I was 27 years old. So this is my second time around.
Morris and other breast cancer survivors urge you to get examined as soon as you can.
If you feel anything, if you got any kind of bumps or lumps or anything, please get them checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because it saves lives.
It was hard because you can only get a mammogram at 40, but I went through some hoops and hurdles and I ended up getting it and I found it myself and I found it in time.
There was even a free mammogram van at Saturday's celebration.
And I just walked up and I said, can I get a mammogram? And they're like, sure, do you have your ID with you? And I said, I sure do. And I walked in and it was like less than 10 minutes and I got it done, I was out.
Sister Strut organizers say there's around 4,000 to 5,000 people here. And take a look, you can see it for yourself. And each year it just keeps getting bigger and better. From a 3K walk to this parade here that you're looking at, the support here is immeasurable.
And Saturday wouldn't have been made possible without the help from iHeartMedia.
St. Louis was the first iHeart market to do a Sister Strut event 16 years ago, and since then it has broadened across our company, and we've got Memphis and we have Indianapolis.
Although Saturday was a ton of fun and the energy was high, the deeper meaning of Sister Strut comes from breast cancer survivor stories like Morris's.
After the fact of chemo, your life still goes on. You still have to continue to fight financially, mentally, physically, and I just keep going.
And you're surviving.
I'm surviving. I'm surviving.
Reporting in downtown St. Louis, Reagan DeTrolio, 5 on your side.
Well, those walkers definitely had a great day to get out for that event. Meteorologist Lance Blocker joins us now with the weather impact forecast. Hey, Lance.
You know, it was temperatures today were in the mid to upper 80s, but a very dry dew point means that it felt good outside. You can go check it out right now. We can see again clear conditions across our area. Temperatures right now, they're in the mid 70s. The clear skies will help us to cool off overnight tonight down to the low 60s, but we'll be quick to warm up with abundant sunshine back to the mid to upper 80s. Breezy conditions tomorrow as well. We saw that today. Once again tomorrow, wind gusts upwards of about 20 miles per hour. Big changes arrive next week, though. We'll say goodbye to the summertime type temperatures thanks to this cold front, but unfortunately, the data doesn't look great for rain chances. Maybe an isolated shower or two on Monday. Then as that front approaches our region Monday night into Tuesday morning, that'll bring cloud cover and a few more isolated showers as we get through the day on Monday there as well, or on Tuesday rather, but mild conditions once that front moves through the region. As we see over the next couple of days here, again, 20% on Monday, maybe 40% Monday night, 30% on Tuesday. Rainfall rates, unfortunately, in terms of the intensity of the rainfall, will be light to moderate at best for us here as well. But the big difference, the big change, that arrives in the temperatures. Again, mid to upper 80s tomorrow, basically the same for Monday as well. Then we'll see on Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies, 78, 75 for us here on Wednesday, rounding out the work week next week. Temperatures again in the 70s as we work through the week. You can see those in detail there. Again, just an isolated chance of rain through the extended forecast period here into next week. But dry conditions, so that's not great news for us with our drought status, but we will take the cooler temperatures.
All right. Thanks a lot. Corey's here now with what's coming up in sports.
Well, whatever sport you like tonight, we probably have highlights. Blues preseason finale, City's road wrap-up, area teams on the college football gridiron, and even some playoff baseball. Sports is up after the break. We are almost there, Blues fans. Thursday night, Enterprise Center will be rocking for opening night of a Blues season full of promise. Between now and then, the Blues have a roster to set, and players got their last chance to make a preseason impression tonight in Chicago. Not too many decisions for Jim Montgomery to make before Thursday, but he does have a few things to decide on. One big decision concerns the man who scored this goal, Milan Lucic. Redirection off a shot from Logan Mayu, 2-0 Blues. Will Lucic have a spot on this roster? We know this guy's going to be on the team. Robert Thomas with some smooth hands on that redirect for a goal, 3-0 Blues. Otto Stenberg won't be on the opening night roster, but he certainly turned some heads in camp. He gets on the board with a power play goal to make it 4-0, and that would be the final. The Blues stopped all 18 shots they faced as they head towards the regular season.
Overall, I thought camp was a success in the fact that we thought we worked really hard. We got a lot accomplished. We got all areas covered, 3-on-3, pulled goalie situation both ways, for and against. And then how hard camp was. We thought we pushed them hard, and we thought in the last week we backed off to how long practices were, and we thought that would help us in the games, and it did.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
City SC in its final road game of the season down in Austin. They've won 2 in a row on the road, looking for 3. 28th minute, Marcel Hartle from distance. It's good. What a goal. 1-0 City on top, and the St. Louis fans who made the trip down to Texas love it. 45th minute, tie game, same guy, same result. Hartle gets his second to put City on top, 2-1. Let's go to some added time here. City needs insurance, and they get it. Simon Betcher with the nifty goal. City wins 3-1 to deal a blow to Austin's playoff hopes as they win their 3rd in a row on the road.
And I think what I've seen on the road from these guys is we're efficient in how we attack, and we are very bought into the defending principles that I try to establish with the group. And that's what's helping us win football games right now.
It could be hard for Illinois fans not to look forward to next weekend. Number 1 Ohio State is coming to Champaign. But in college football, an upset is always hiding right around the corner. The number 22 Illini tried to avoid an upset today on the road at Purdue. Brett Bielema and Barry Odom used to face each other in the battle line rivalry between Arkansas and Mizzou. Today they faced off in the battle for the cannon between Illinois and Odom's new team at Purdue. Boilermakers up 7-3 when 2 Purdue defenders are going to run into each other. That leaves Hank Beatty wide open. Luke Altmaier knows what to do with that. That's a 62-yard touchdown. Illinois on top. Altmaier had 390 yards in the air today. The Illini were good on the ground too. Khalil Valentine, 95 yards in this score. Altmaier knew it was a touchdown right off the bat. Number 22, Illinois retains possession of the Purdue Cannon for another year. They beat the Boilermakers 43-27.
Get a W over here is a big deal. To get the Cannon, 101st game, and to get 2 in a row, obviously, it's been a long time. So for all the Illinois fans that haven't been able to do that, I wanted to give you that. So that's a great thing.
Let's head out to Lindenwood. The Lions trying to get back to 500 on the season, facing UT Martin. Nate Glantz going to find the East St. Louis product Rico Bond to kick things off. 7-0 Lindenwood. They might have practiced this handshake a time or two. The Lions offense would roar in the second half. Glantz is going deep this time. He finds Jalen Smith for the long score. Lindenwood goes up 21-7. The Lions kept the gas pedal down. MICDS grad Steve Hall is going to get in the end zone in the fourth quarter. And Lindenwood beats UT Martin 30-14. The Lions are 2-0 in the OVC. Mizzou was off this week, but 2 of their upcoming opponents played a big one, 16 Vandy at 10 Alabama. Vandy wasn't scared. They won this contest last year and raced out to a 7-0 lead in Tuscaloosa. But Bama's Bama. They tied things up right before the half. Then they would kick a whole bunch of field goals in the second half to help them win 30-14. The Tide will roll into Columbia next weekend as a top 10 team. NLDS, Cubs and Brewers, and this was a bloodbath up in Milwaukee. WashU grad Caleb Durbin, he got in on the phone with a 2-run hit with the bases loaded as the Brewers jumped all over Chicago. They won game 1, 9-3. Busy day in sports, Robert.
Definitely. My goodness, Corey, thanks a lot. That's 5 on your side at 10. We'll see you back here tomorrow, everyone. Saturday Night Live is coming your way next.